Some years ago, I was in Canada and I was being taught something about intimacy. And we were told to try and buy a book if possible called, I can't remember the exact name, regarding intimacy. And I think it was by someone called Bradshaw. I looked everywhere for the book and couldn't find it. And every time I visited a bookstore, people would ask me, Reverend, why do you want that book? And I would say, first of all, how do you know I'm Reverend? They say, you can see a cross on your collar. So I would tell them, it's not the type of intimacy you're talking about. The only thing we seem to understand is sexual intimacy. Well, there are various types of intimacies. And we need to know what are these intimacies. So people used to be surprised. Now, we come to love not by finding the perfect person, but by learning to see an imperfect person perfectly. So don't look out for a perfect person, not worth it. But look at an imperfect person, okay, look at him perfectly. And then you begin to develop intimacy. Now, what is intimacy? Intimacy is a close personal connection between two people that usually develops over time. A close personal connection between two people that usually develops over time. Children learn intimacy from their parents and from their close family members. Many of us today live together in complete isolation. In olden days, we had joint families. So we were rubbing shoulders against one another. And so we built and shared relationships that develop intimacy. Today, we are living in a world where personal communication has become very difficult. All of us are roaming with a mobile phone in our hands. We either ring up people or we send messages. Personal, person-to-person, physical communication is totally lacking. So we need to somehow try and build up that relationship, physical relationship, a little more. Now, how to create true intimacy, find pure love, and be truly happy in our relationships? Well, the first thing is, use relationships to teach you how to be whole within. Relationships are not about having another person complete you by sharing your interpersonal dependency. No, it's not a sharing between two, but it is letting go of that ideal person, okay, and to learn to love the distances in relationship as much as the togetherness. I am close to you when I am close to you physically, but I am also close to you when you are far away from me. So there is interdependency, closeness when we are close to each other and even when we are at a distance from each other. The second one, see your partner for who he or she really is. When you realize you don't really know the other, you begin to discover the other. When I look at a person and I begin to share my thoughts and my feelings with that person, I think I know that person. Sorry, you don't. The moment you begin to realize within yourself, I don't really know myself, then you will begin to discover who the other is. First, discover yourself. Third one would be willing to learn from each other. Be willing to learn from each other. The key is to see the other as a mirror. I look at the other person, and looking at the other person, I need to somehow say, this person has got this. That is lacking in me. So you see, I'm mirroring myself by looking at the other person. Otherwise, what happens? If I see something in my friend which I don't have, then I start blaming that person, or I feel jealous about that person, etc. No. I need to say, yes, I don't have what my friend has. So I need to develop that thing that is lacking in me, so that the two of us can understand each other better. And intimacy begins to grow from understanding. The fourth one may be, learn to be comfortable alone. You ask me, where's intimacy? I need to learn to be comfortable alone. Love can't be rescued. Love can't rescue you from being alone. I very often think, if I'm in love with a certain person and that person is around me, I will never be lonely. Sorry. Just having someone around me does not somehow help me get rid of my loneliness. It's only when we are together, we talk, we chat, we do things, and that's how we forget. But that does not build up love, or does not build up what we call intimacy. Okay? You need to learn to spend time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Learn to love yourself. Yes, yourself. Once you have learned to love yourself in isolation, then you will learn to love others. Feel safe and secure within yourself. Once you feel safe and secure within yourself, then I begin to feel safe and secure with my friend. Then I can share openly with my friend, even my innermost secrets. Why? Because I am self-secure. There is that security within myself. Nobody can threaten my personal security. The fifth one is, look closely at why a fight may begin. Some pairs fight and make up over and over again. For many people, this fighting is romance. We fight, we make up, and then say, oh sweetheart, I love you. I give you a big hug. Because I want that hug, because I want to be able to say I love you, we keep quarreling. That does not help us, that does not take us anywhere. Become aware of what you fear about intimacy. You'll have a better sense of why you are fighting. You fight not because you want that beautiful word, or you want that hug, or you want that kiss. No, there is something within you that blocks you from being intimate, of being personal. Find out what that is. And when you discover that, then you become a free person. The sixth one is, own who you are. Ownership. True love exists by loving yourself first. I need to say to myself, yes, I know I'm not very fair in complexion. But I love my biscuit color. It looks like a little bit like a burnt toast. Fine, I'm not very fair. It does not matter. I enjoy my burnt toast color. I'm happy with it. So don't compare yourself to someone who's fair, and don't look down on someone who's darker. No, I need to somehow learn to own who I am. Color does not matter. It doesn't matter to me whether I'm tall or short, whether I'm fat or lean. I am who I am, and I'm happy being who I am. That is the important thing. Now, the seventh one is embrace ordinariness. We are all looking out for something extraordinary in our relationships. fairy tale romances, fairy tale relationships. We want to feel that excitement all the time. And when somehow that excitement begins to die down, we say to ourselves, oh my God, life is now becoming very ordinary. But believe me, my friends, the juice of intimacy is in an ordinary life. Because then I am not hooked on to certain feelings or to certain calls or to certain other things. I am hooked on to genuine intimacy. Intimacy is something very simple. Intimacy is something that makes me and makes my friend who we are. It is ordinary. The extraordinary things are only glamour. Intimacy does not exist in glamour. The daily loveliness of sharing life with a partner becomes extraordinary when you learn to live an ordinary life. Learn to live and share in a very ordinary way, and then your life becomes extraordinary. The eighth one, expand your heart. Get in touch with the spaciousness in your heart. Bring awareness to what is good within you. Don't focus on the negative, for God's sake. There is a lot of goodness in you. Focus on that goodness. Don't say, I lose my temper. Don't say, I am jealous. No, I know those things exist. But also say, I'm very lovable. I'm very kind. I'm very charitable. Look at the positive things in you. It is easier to recognize the good in another when you are connected with the good within yourself. Very sure? Once you know there is goodness in you, you begin to see the goodness in somebody else. Focus on giving love. Focus on giving love. We all think when people give us love, then I must be a very good person, because everybody turns around to love me. No. Love is about loving ourselves and giving our love to others. It's not in expecting love, but loving ourselves and giving our love to others. Finally, very good one, let go of expectations. I know you thought that this talk of mine would be something out of this world, but that's your expectations. I, my dear friend, am a simple, ordinary human being. So love me, be intimate with me, because I'm trying to be intimate with you by telling you what makes you become intimate. So don't have expectations from me, just like I don't have expectations from you. Very simple. So, if you expect to receive love in certain ways, then you will not be able to somehow put enough of security on yourself. You will always be dependent on somebody else or on somebody else's intimacy. Thank you.